Good evening, everyone. We'll be getting started right about now. We have about 10 people along with the editors on the call at the moment. So I think we already introduced ourselves on the group, so there might not be need for that. But we'll just try to pass some time, maybe about 2-3 minutes for others to join in, so they don't have to miss much. But just to point out that the call is being recorded, right? So it will be shared to us after, in case you have some things you want to check back with and all that. And then yeah, if there's any reference you need to make, you can always refer to all the things that will be happening during this mentorship call, all the plans we have for you, right? So make sure you maximize these numbers and get the numbers that you need to become LMLSs. So before we even go into all that, I believe many of us would have noticed that there are different group chats, right, in the community. So there's startup advocates, community influencer, and community builder part, and those are the different program parts. You'd have seen that while filling your application too, that you need to complete to become ambassadors. So each of them have different numbers or metrics you have to meet. And then you need to meet those numbers within, they are reviewed quarterly in summary. They are reviewed quarterly. So it's usually from January to April, then May to July, then August to October, right? So let's say July to October, however you want to put it. But the review phase is towards. I'll also share it later again towards the end of the call, or during the call. I'll share it on the group chat. I'll share it on the group chat, and I'll also share it in the Teams chat. The documents we need to follow, right, to know the different steps for the application process. So basically, why this application process is different currently is as of January, the MLSA team, or let me say Microsoft team, made a change, right? And then one of the reasons what they gave was it was difficult to fully quantify or know how much people can express themselves in 2 essays and a video application, right? So they changed it to this sort of milestone phase where you have some numbers to meet, and when you meet those numbers within the 3 months, then you qualify to become ambassador, along with other things, with the technical onboarding and different things within that phase of the application. So you have to complete all those things, right? Yeah, let me just quickly move on to that. We are about 20 on the call right now, so I think it's fair for me to jump into that. So I'll just quickly show us what this is, and then we'll go into discussing the different parts. Before I continue, can everyone hear me? Am I audible enough? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes, you are audible, boss. Can continue, boss.
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Thank you. So can you see my screen, the new slide that I'm sharing now? Or is it still on the mentorship program 2.0? There's a new slide on getting started. Get started to begin.
Yes, we can see it.
You can see it, okay. So we'll see that there's a first phase here. All right. There's a first phase here, register to become an ambassador on the studentambassador.com website. Then next, join the Microsoft Student Developer Community on Discord. That's the next phase after you after you apply. The link will be sent to you in your email that you used to apply from your email. So, and the rest is basically on Discord. You might not be able to complete all these until you go to Discord, right? What you can see here is you see something like in this 8th slide now, begin your selected path activities using your contributor ID and a different thing. So we're going to fully talk about that on this call so that you will know, because you can only select one path at a time. So I've seen that some people have joined the group like more than one, but you can only select one part at a time, and that's how we're going to spread out the mentors across each other so that we can get the maximum best, right? We're going to be paired sort of. So you could have one mentor, which is a student ambassador already, working with maybe 2 or 3 people, right, to help you maximize. So some of the things that will be helping you with is, for example, let's say the community influencer part. I just want to give a brief intro where you'll be sharing content that's related to Microsoft within the website and your contributor ID. You could get the support of the mentors sharing with their networks, giving you ideas, sharing videos, and many other things, right? That could help you like boost traffic towards your maybe your LinkedIn or your Twitter, whatever you're using, with your of course your contributor IDs attached to those websites that people visiting, and then you meet the milestone of 250 preferred visitors. So many things like that, ideas, and some other strategies that would be mentioned as we go on. But before we move too far, let's explain what the different parts are, and then let me move to that now. For the we have them here, and I'm sure that we have seen them in the application phase. They're also on the group description in case you don't fully understand, um, or in case this is new to you, you can always go back to check. So the first is the community influencer path, right? First is the community influencer path, and then read one. Sorry, my apologies. Akinola would be talking on that during this call. I think he's on the call already. Akinola, you here?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So Akinola will be explaining the community influencer program path, what you have to do to reach the numbers, right? And probably a few strategies that he has in mind also to help mentees so you can have a full idea of what you'll be getting yourself into. So, like I already explained, this is the new application process, right? And these are the things you need to complete to become an ambassador. So, just have it in mind that we are here to guide you through that process. It's still something entirely new to people, right? So, we are intentional about making sure we have more. I mean, okay, let me just put it this way. Since the new application, we have very few, maybe Nigerians or maybe Africans or in general ambassadors that have become, I mean, new ambassadors, right? Basically, and most especially in Nigeria, I don't think we've had any, but probably zero since January because of the new application phase and maybe a bit of difficulty in reaching this number. So we want to support people and guide them on how to reach these numbers. So that's the main goal of this program. So talk on the community influencer program path. I can like, are you there? You can go on now.
Oh, sorry. I was actually having a network issue. Yeah. So good evening, guys. How are you doing? Oh, please let's make this session an interactive one. Can you hear me?
Good evening, boss.
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, very
Yes,
well.
we can hear you.
So I am Akinla Afolabi. Yeah. So nothing much to. I really don't have a profile. So let me just quickly delve into what we are to talk about. Yeah. So first, let me just congratulate you for getting into the mentorship program. I mean, it's actually a whole lot out there. We had like 69 applicants, and oh, my congratulatory message. Okay, so I would be talking about Yeah, please just leave the screen there like this. I mean, I wasn't able to prepare my slides, so I'm very sorry about that. Like, work was just too choking today. I'm very sorry. All right, so let me just quickly from the screen, and right from the words, it's just you trying to grow your online presence and creating and sharing Microsoft content to attract audience and drive engagement. I mean, the main purpose is just you getting into this program, and the thing is, it's even far beyond that, but just to satisfy the requirements, right? So don't just channel your mind towards getting into the program alone. I mean, it's just for you to optimize, maximize, and utilize all of the opportunities you've got. Okay, so I have some little notes that I've drafted here, so I will be sharing some of my points. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I didn't know have a definition to. I didn't know have theoretical or an explicit definition to share, but let me just start by noting some points. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We can hear
Okay.
you. We can hear you,
Yes,
boss.
sir.
Oh, thank you so much, sir, and thank you, ma. Okay, so well, let me just quickly share some notable points, and from there we can just move. And I will try as much as possible to be explicit. Okay, so for those that have chosen this part, I mean the community influencers part and everything. Well, in my community, let me just start by explaining what my local community is all about. In my community, I think we lack a particular skill in that community. I mean, generally at a school, I attend Federal University of Ekiti. Yeah, and the tech space there is not as good as I've always expected. Yeah, so and the thing is, we can't really reach as much as we want to, and that's why I'll be sharing these points. Let me just start by telling you that one of the things you actually need to engage so much is just to understand your audience. I mean, this is just the basic part of building a strong foundation as Microsoft, as an MLSA rather. So, one of the things you have to do is just to identify the interests and needs. I mean, there are times that you have to conduct surveys, polls, or one-on-one conversations with people to learn about what they really need and what they care about. And this information will actually help you tailor your content to meet with the interests and needs. You can't just come up and probably as a student of theater media arts, and the next year I share it means just mathematics. Fine, I might be interested in mathematics, but because my area of interest, or let me say my discipline is not really related to that, I won't be interested. So the best way to just get my mind to what is just have one-on-one conversation with me, or probably create a poll which I would just contribute. I mean, you get to know what my interest is really all about, and then you can tailor your own content to meet up with my needs. And, you also have to analyze demographics too. Yeah, you just have to analyze your demographics in the sense that you look at the let me use the word profession, or probably or what the person likes. Yeah, what the person likes, to understand their perspectives and preferences. Let me just give a literal example now. Like trying to introduce cybersecurity, you get like trying to introduce cybersecurity, and of course, there are some people you can't just introduce cybersecurity to, because getting the perspective will be very difficult for you. You get so one of the things you can do is just meet up with probably someone studying criminology, and you can really chip in the discussion of cybersecurity. You get so just you understanding and analyzing your demographics. So you have to know the area of interest. I mean, their profession, so you can really come in from their own perspective. Do you get my point? Okay. So you can now talk about establishing credibility. I mean, you have to share your expertise very well. I mean, regularly share your well-researched and informative content that demonstrate your knowledge and expertise in your field. And all of this content you are sharing is just you sharing with your IDs. So I mean, you get a lot of visitors to read your blog post, or to read your whatever you have out there. I don't know. So this actually builds trust and positions. I mean, it positions you as a reliable source for information. Point. So another thing is just you staying updated. I mean, is very, 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 very essential. You just have to stay updated. I mean, continuously update your knowledge by following industry trends. Read up newsletters. Whatsoever meeting. I mean, whatsoever meeting you will just see coming up on MLSA. Try as much as possible to attend, and you can also share. You just have to edit your IDs and you share so you can see have more reach within your circle, and also create engaging content. Sorry, hope I'm not rushing. I'm trying as much as possible to meet up with something here. Hope I'm not rushing, please.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thanks so much, sir. Thank you. Okay. So, just create engaging content to where you can educate your audience. I mean, you can. This could include probably how to. I mean, the guides on how to, or probably tutorials, or maybe industry news. I mean, just create something that would actually be valuable to your audience, and also be consistent whatever you are doing. I mean, regular posting. You could just set a time frame that you want to be posting every 2 days. Like in my community now, I post almost every day. I mean, I'm always having something to share with them. Every day they will not engage, and I've said that standard. Today I must share at least 3 or 2 posts with them, and the post will actually be valuable. I mean, very valuable. You get, and also it could be bi-weekly. Just do something that would you'll be consistent with. You get. So also maintain your quality. Yeah, maintain your quality is very essential. Ensure that each piece of your content is well crafted and it provides value. Make it very catchy too. To be able to just click on your links. And I mean, this is not even affiliate marketing, please. But you just have to meet up with the requirements for you to get into MLSA. And also engage your audience, engage them actively. If I would even suggest, if there is no MLSA on your campus, you could just create probably a mini WhatsApp group where you always share your content. Yeah, you don't have to put out the banner there that you are an ambassador, because you are not actually. You are just a potential ambassador. You are a potential ambassador. So you could just create or form a group where you can always share, and this thing is just you helping yourself and helping others too. You get. It's more like we are coming together. If ever you read the standard has been set as a requirement, you can also help your fellow potential ambassadors in. Please leave me now. You can always help your potential ambassadors in sharing their own posts too with their contributor ID, so people can always click the links, and they get series of engagements. And the thing is, let me just quickly chip in this. When we talk about unique visitors, I mean, just if someone has visited MLSA website before, if the person visits with your own link again, or let me say your contributor's ID, then the person is not a unique visitor. I mean, someone who's just visiting for the first time is a unique visitor. So you have to make sure you're getting the people that haven't. I mean, not everyone has heard about MLSA. For you, not everyone has heard about MLSA, or not everyone reads up their blog posts. Can I put it like that? Not everyone does that. So you see, have higher chances to do that. And also always get to respond promptly. I mean, quickly respond to your comments, your questions, your messages. This actually shows your audience that you value their inputs and you're always available to help. I mean, people have questions out there concerning MLSA. A lot of people. Always try to foster discussions too. I mean, encourage discussions by asking questions. There are times you know the answer to this thing. You know the answer to this thing, but you just want to engage people. So all you have to do is just to throw out questions. I was reading up a post some time ago that there is a lady was just sharing about herself that whenever she wants to get a question solved, she just posts on this blog, this media like that. I think Stack Overflow or something. So he logs in with another account, then give a wrong response. I know people are actually very vast in correcting wrong responses. So all they have to do is just correct that, and then she gets the answer. You get. So most times you just put up questions, even though you know the answer, but just to engage them, know what they want, know what they are really particular about. And now we are just putting MLSA on your head. I mean, like my boss said, you are more like a content creator. You are putting MLSA on your head. Everything you do is just MLSA. You know, it's just you advertising that, okay, there is actually a lot of potentials being an MLSA ambassador, being an MLSA member or community member, I mean, or be an MLSA itself. You get so foster discussions. This can actually increase your engagement and create a sense of community. I mean, a community is where everyone comes together and they have this sense of relief that, okay, I'm here. I have my solutions to this problem. Not really financial problem. I'm not saying that. I mean, whatever problem you're facing in tech, or let's say questions wise, yeah, you have solutions already. And also try to build relationships. I mean, you are an influencer, right? So your influence is based on relationships. Like all of the influences you've got, they are based on relationships. So connect with other influencers, our community leaders. I mean, there are people you can partner with. Do you get? There are people you can partner with. So sorry, I will just try to round up in a minute or two. So collaborate content. You have career wise on your campus. I'm not sure if there's any conflict of interest between MLSA and GDSC. Yeah, but you have career wise ambassador, you have BSN, you can always meet up with them, think about whatever you can do, probably boot camp. I mean, so these guys will try to help you to do you get honor to them, they're actually helping you, but you know, you're offering them value. It's just you trading, offering them values, and they're also helping you as a potential MLSA. Do you get so engage with your followers and utilize your social media analytics. I mean, use your social media very well. And last but not the least, engage personal development and authenticity. You can be authentic. I mean, share your personal stories, how you've grown to become who you are. I mean, in the tech space, and be transparent. Also, keep learning. I mean, keep learning. Continuous improvement does it a lot. And nothing erases your continuous improvement. So let me just quickly stop here so I can get on. I've even spent a lot of time. I'm very sorry about that. I just had to quickly rush. I'm very sorry. So I hope you're on the same page. Yeah, are we on the same page?
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, ma. Thanks so much, ma. So I remain Akinola Falabi. Thanks so much. Yeah. So my boss, I'm done. You can take over now.
Okay, thank you very much, Akinola. Thank you very much for sharing that. Just like you said already, I mean, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thank you. So
Yes,
just like
sir.
you said already, the community influencers part or program part requires you to meet the 250 preferred visitors, and he has shared some strategies you get. So basically, all this introduction is just to let you make up your mind, to get familiar with all the different parts very much. Then, during the application, we already requested that you fill in your details and everything, select the part. But that was just a brief intro. But with these explanations, you know much more in full details, right? You know much more in full details, all that is required, and then how much you can put in to if you feel you can fit in into a particular track or not, in summary. So that's the purpose of all these explanations. So next up, Honor Jesus, another ambassador, will be explaining or giving us more details on the community builders track. All right, so she'll be giving us some explanation into what will be required there, what our skills challenges are, and all those things. Right, so Honor, after you.
I can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Yes,
We can.
yes, I can.
All right. Hi, everyone. So, I will be talking about the community builders, and basically, what community builders do is to build community. So, it's beyond community influencing. This is where most times you actually build a community from scratch, and you have to have a lot of passion in you to give out. So building community, growing community, managing community, you have to have a lot of passion in you. So basically for Microsoft as an MLSA, what you do is build what you do by building community here. Mainly Microsoft wants you to have a body of people who actually know about their community and are actively learning to use their community. That's why we have the several cloud skill challenge where a lot of people come to learn, and the top people actually get maybe like a voucher to be able to write Microsoft exams. So the main reason for this is to share more knowledge on about a particular community. So yes, you might not know everything about that technology, but you have to have insight and enough knowledge to be able to teach people and to be able to provide solutions to questions. So that's what mainly community builders do. So you actually have to take a lot of technical training yourself to be fit enough to give those technical training to people who are in your community. So mainly the work of a community builder is to actually publicize the Microsoft community, leveraging on Microsoft itself, and be able to push several technologies to people. A lot of technologies in Microsoft are actually hidden, and a lot of people are only familiar with the popular ones. But find the one in your niche, find the one you are very, very passionate about, and be able to teach it to people in a way that everyone can relate to. So whenever I'm teaching myself, I try to use like the most mundane things that it's like a day-to-day activity, so that everyone can relate to it and everyone can learn. So, and the easy thing with this is there are a lot of Microsoft courses on the Microsoft Learn. So if you are not taking the recommended community, the Cloud Skill Challenge modules, you can actually be able to take a learning path and be able to teach it. Have a community of people who are actively working or building stuff with this. But whenever you're doing it, you have to add your contributor ID. That's the only way they can track that you're actually doing all of these things and can actually have any form of effect. So in community building, you look at your target audience. What technology you focus on? Oh, this is the technology I want to focus on. Then your target audience, and as students, our target audience as students. So you can say, oh, am I narrowing down to a faculty in my school, or am I going to the whole school, or am I just going to a couple of departments? Then from there you can spread out. So you have to know your target audience and be very passionate, because a lot of people would not find it interesting initially, but you have to be able to build something in them that will make them want to learn. And people who have like issues learning, you should be able to provide constant attention to them, constant solution to them. That's the only way all of these people will stay engaged and be able to learn. If they don't have like constant solution, or they don't have a constant a place where they can run to when they're having issue, they will get frustrated, especially those that are not so dogmatic. They get frustrated easily and they give up. And the thing is, people need to complete this cloud skill challenge for you to be able to have it in your record. So they actually need to, it's not about just signing up for the challenge alone. They need to finish the challenge. And so you have to make a way for people to actually feel excited enough to be able to finish the challenge and all of that, or whatever learning path you are taking, they finish it, then they can get their voucher. But I think currently vouchers has been removed. So now that there's no specific reward, maybe I don't know, maybe those LinkedIn Learning or LinkedIn Premium, So you have to be able to find something that will actually engage people, something that a lot of people will be looking towards at the end. Because a lot of people will actually do something when they know that there is a reward. So you have to be able to find a way to a reward system in whatsoever way. In fact, it could be stickers here. A lot of people can really, really get excited for stickers. You'll be amazed at how much people would actually fight to get a sticker of Microsoft and all of that. So you have to be tenacious about it. You have to be very passionate about it. You cannot, it can be very frustrating, and that is the sincere truth. But you have to be able to follow it to the end and make sure that everybody actually follow. Mainly, I think when you're creating a cloud skill challenge for ambassadors, we have like minimum of 15 people. But for community builders, I think we will have to get up to 1,000, and maybe you have to do it little by little till you can get that amount of people before you can continue. So basically that's what it is. It's not really that deep. I want to know if anyone has a question. Sorry, did you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
I
yes, we
did.
did.
Yes, we are here.
I
Okay,
did.
so
So I just wanted to explain a bit further. Thank you very much, Honor, for sharing. Please just hang on a bit in case people have questions. So I just wanted to open a sample on Microsoft Learn in case people have some questions, sort of, right? So let me take you to Microsoft Learn, for example. Can everyone still see my screen? Can you see that on Microsoft Learn now?
yes,
Yeah, we can see.
Okay.
yes.
So So on Microsoft Learn, for those that need to it, this is basically how Microsoft Learn is. There are different learning paths and different things. So let's say we click Discover and we click Training, right? This is where this is the most familiar place for you to be, where you can check for different learning paths. So these are some of the things I've tried to like do myself. You can say I have a personal collection for myself on MLR, and call them lessons, and they are learning paths also, right? So let's say I'm saying browse all paths now, and I'm looking for, let's say, a learning path. Let me just click learning path here, no model, right? I say a learning path on, let me just say something like web development, something like this. So it is like a hub, a free hub for whatever tutorials you're looking for. So you can see there are different learning paths here, web development for beginners, something. So let's say as an ambassador, as you're trying to like create cloud skills challenge now, for example, I believe this option should be available to those that are looking towards like for students that are in the application process, right? So where you can select custom learn modules. So let's say you pick this module, you pick this one after it, you pick this one, and let's say as a combination of everything. Let me just open the first one so we see what it's like. So it's like text and then some videos and different things where you can like get an intro into a particular topic, like a full understanding, computer programming, everything. You can just go on and go on like that. A full introduction into web development stuff. So let's say you select different modules now. This is one module. You can see modules in learning path here, right? Let's say you select one module here, you select another one like that. You can select, let's say you select up to 20, like you customize your own, and then you create a learning part of that collection. Let me just check my profile for uh, different ones that I might have completed previously. So you kind of see what one looks like, right? So for the net completed modules, right, for example, is actually for like modules completed, not, you don't need, just wanted to like point out something. You don't have to get up to 1,000 people. So I've clicked challenges here. Oh, let me say collections. You don't have to get up to 1,000 people, so don't be too scared. Right? Oh, these are just my personal collections. I mean, I think I would have to go to some. Okay, machine learning operations challenge. Oh yeah, this is one. So I completed this one. So you can see this is just like a cloud skills challenge now that I participated in, and then by the time this loads up now, you see different modules under them, under it. I mean, so. Oh, seems like this one was a private one also. But basically, you have, let's say you have a collection, or is there, I don't think there's an ongoing public one, but let's say you have that collection like that of different modules, right? So let me just open this one, for example. I have this one. This is a personal collection, and I have this learning path, and there will be different modules under it to get. And then let's say this one has 10 modules now. Let's say I have two of this, and then there are 20 modules. And let's say I get 50 people to participate in this challenge, right? Just with all the strategies that Honor Jesus has shared already, we are explaining to them. Maybe you create an onboarding call to explain these things to them, and you start up and you are, keeping them. Maybe you add them to a group chat after they register, and as they're completing them, you're having calls with them, maybe like revision and stuff like that, and add recommendations, answering their questions. Fine. Let's say you get 50 people, and all of them complete those 20 modules, and they are completing them for the first time, right? They are completing, not like someone that maybe you share me a particular so the cloud skills challenge, and I've completed like 5 out of those modules. The remaining 15, right, are the ones that will count. The 5 I've done before will not count. So let's say you have 50 people that are new to it, and all the modules, the 20, they complete everything. That's 20 modules completed by 50. Like, and those 20 modules are completed by 50 people. That's 20 times 50. That's 1,000. So with that, we have gotten the 1,000 net modules that is required, the 1,000 net modules that is required for you to advance or qualify to the community builders path. So this is just an idea. You'll also be sharing with your contributor an idea and everything so that they can, properly track. So this is just a rough idea of all the things that you might be involved in, right? So just, carefully know that, okay, this is the path I want to follow. So it's not like when you get started, you now get hooked and say you want to change your path. It's just make the application process much longer and stressful, and I just want to give up. But this is a foolish. This is not my strength. Maybe I should move to the community influencer part, or I don't really like this. Let me move to the startup advocates part or something, right? So this is just a full idea, basically. And then if you have not been using Microsoft Learn, it's an amazing platform. Please get started with it. There are so many things. When you take our certifications too, you'll get them on your Microsoft certification profile. Like for me now, I've taken two. And so you have different, everything is like a perfect platform when it comes to Microsoft tools, and even open source tools. You can learn about JavaScript, you can learn about Python, you can learn about so many things. All you need is just go under Discover training, and you can browse different topics you want to learn about. So it would be nice for you to get started with this, right? I think while completing your technical training, you're also going to make use of Microsoft Learn, which is part of the requirements for during the application phase. And so get familiar with it. And if you notice in the application, we also ask for those that already have Microsoft Learn accounts, just to like have an idea of, okay, those that are familiar with this already, you get. So this is basically the summary of it, right? So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. Honor is still on the call to answer that. Just give like, maybe I'll wait for a few, maybe a minute thereabout. Then I will explain the startup advocates program part. So if you have any questions, please go ahead to ask now. Honor will answer that.
All right. Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening. Good evening. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
me? Oh, sure,
Yeah.
I can hear you. All right. I'm Wilson Cloudly by name. Can
All
I
right. Nice
continue?
meeting you.
All right.
Yes.
Same here. So, thanks for your presentation, and also Mr. Samuel. Thanks for your presentation. So, actually, I completed the cloud challenge last month. Was last month, per month. So, this particular part where we have to create modules, that's where I'm actually having issues. I really don't know how to go about it, and also how to add my contributor ID. So I would love if I can get what's it called, like a demo of how to go about it. I would so much appreciate that for the community builders part, because that's what I actually wanted to choose. But then I didn't know how to add my contributor ID and how to go about it. And also, I also like to thank Mr. Samuel for giving me that strategy. I think just 20 modules and 50 people. That's a very nice one. So thank you very much. So that's my question. That's my question.
All right. Okay. So, actually, I think when they send you your contributor ID, they're going to show you different ways to add it. So that won't be a problem. But for me, I don't know if I don't know if I can share my screen. Me, I have my what I do basically. I have my contributor ID in my my WhatsApp where I message myself. So whenever I want to share something, I just add it to a server link, and that's what I do basically. And it works. I actually just did it right now. So I can't share my
Can I see how you're doing that? Like I just want to know like how to combine it. Yeah, how to combine. Like if I've created a module for my people, how can I add the contributor ID? I want to see how to add it. So
I'm
that's
sorry,
what
Honor,
I
just before you
really
go on, I wanted
need.
to ask it seems you're already you started your application process, right? To become an ambassador, and you sent your contributor ID or something.
Exactly. I've gotten that since last month or per month. So I
Oh,
think
okay,
last
okay.
month they said the site was down on the Discord group. They said the site was down, so we couldn't create any module. So and they said it will be functional by the mid of July. I think we're in August now. So I've been checking since the mid of July and I've not really gotten any information. But then I just want to know so that whenever I want to commence the creation of the modules and everything, so that contributor ID, how do I add it? So that's my challenge now.
Okay.
okay.
And Honor, any chance to share your screen or something, maybe to explain that? I don't know. Maybe you want to do
All
that
right.
now or after the call.
Let me just do it now. I mean,
Yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen now.
okay.
Please hang on a bit, Judah. Your question will be answered. I can see your hand is raised.
All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Can you
yes,
see my
yes.
screen?
Yes.
All right. This
Yes,
is
I
a
can.
course. Copy the link. So this is my home way of doing it. Yes. Trying to go to my WhatsApp. Okay. So basically, yeah. So this is my WhatsApp. I message myself. So I have it here. So basically, what I do mainly, I just add it. So I have my contributor ID, which starts with you can either use you can either connect it with question mark or with and. For me, the first time I tried it, question mark worked, so I will just stick with question mark. Then this is my ID, WT or MC. So I just copy and paste it to the link and send it to myself. Then I can copy it and share it to anybody. So that's what I do basically. Does that make any sense? This is my own lazy way of
All
doing it. I
right.
know.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I think that solves the story a bit. Yeah, thanks. I'll give it a try once I'm about to start. Thanks.
Someone is raising their hand.
Yeah, Judah, you can go ahead now.
If you're talking, we can't hear you, or am I the only one?
No, we can't hear you, Judah. Maybe you can drop your message in the text while you are typing that. or maybe you're trying to fix your connection. I can see Nehemiah's hand is on up. He's also one of the organizers and the mentors, right? I probably wants to share something with us. I don't know. I was trying to disguise.
Yeah, sorry, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to reply to the person who was asking as regards how to append their contributor ID to sharing links. So we have this tool created for student ambassadors. That was before the whole provision of this new method of accepting MLSA. So previously it was not like this. So the tool is currently down for some reasons. I've not had to bring it back up, but it's basically an easier way to how to simplify this. So what we would do is I would let either I or Samuel or any other of the mentors basically let us know on WhatsApp once it's back up. And what we'll do is for those of us who are accepted into the program, you can only sign up with a student ambassador's email address restricted to just student ambassadors and Microsoft employees. But what we could do is take your emails for everyone who is in with a mentee currently and allow access for you to sign up on the backend. So we'll give you access to people to sign up and then log in. And probably I would do a screen recording to demonstrate how to just use the tool. It's currently is at mlsa.ng, but the site is currently down. So once that's done, will let us know basically. That should just simplify the whole process of having to append the link, whether or not there is a query parameter in the link or not. Just get the link, your contributor ID is already saved, and then you share your link as you need to.
All right, thank you very much for that. I so much appreciate. I think that was
Yeah,
it.
thank you very much, Nehemiah, for sharing that. So before we move on to Adnan, um, Judah has dropped this question. So he says that I wanted to ask the community builder, can we just create a module at all? Like it doesn't need to be of any difficulty. So, Honor, do you want to take that?
All right. So yes, you can create any module. So what I said, you have to be very passionate about it. So if you're creating a module on AI or something you really have no knowledge on, when people are asking questions, you would find difficulty in answering except you have enough knowledge. So you have to create a module on something you know. Maybe you're a software engineer, create a module around software engineering and people can learn from it. So creating module is not hard at all. Did you hear that? Have I answered you?
I hope that answers the question. Probably you can type in again. All right. Thank you very much, Honor. And one more question, I think, for Honor. Adnan, you can go ahead now.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Please, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, please, I wanted to ask for the contribution ID, but someone has answered the question. And also, I have my sister. She's also trying to be a Microsoft ambassador, but she's having trouble in connecting to the meeting. I don't know how she can get her contribution ID.
Okay.
Okay.
I think when you actually apply to the Microsoft application itself, that's when you're going to get the contribution ID. So we're going to put you out to apply. That's what we're going to do. We're going to train you on how to apply, what to do, and all. So you're not getting it right now. You're going to get it when you have applied to the Microsoft application, Microsoft MLSA itself. Are we clear on that?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, my network is acting up. All right, I'm back. Thank you very much, Honor, for sharing for sharing all that on the community builders track or program path. So I think we can move on now. Deborah, please, if you don't mind, maybe drop your question. If you have any other questions now, please drop it in the chat. Someone would try to answer it, I hope. I think she's on the call. Yes, she's still on the call. So she'll try to answer that. So moving on, I'll be sharing my screen now to explain the startups advocate part. Nehemiah here is his organization or his startup is a beneficiary of this startup founder hub initiative by Microsoft. So maybe at some point, if he's available, I'll just call him up to share some personal benefits he has had from being part of this. So, by the time you're pitching to whatever startups you want to pitch to, you know how to sell it to them. So basically, as we can see here, the startup advocates want to grow their impact by promoting AI-driven solutions and startups building with Microsoft AI and cloud technologies. To be invited to join the student ambassador program, then you need to refer 15 accepted applications to the Microsoft Standards Founders Hub. So before we even go far, what is the Status Founders Hub? There's a website. Let me just open. I already opened it down on my PC here. So this is just okay. This will load up a bit. So we'll dive into it. And then I'll just introduce this. And then by the time we introduce this, I'll talk about some Azure AI services and tools that you can really benefit from, right? One of the strategies I have for those under the Startup Founders Hub or Startup Advocates Program path is an event, right? So, of course, you might have been talking. And the beautiful thing is that, at first, when I saw this, I was thinking, startups, that would be a lot. Why would I be like, how would I start going after startups? But it doesn't have to be a full startup already. It can be projects that you are working on with a friend, as long as that project is for profit, right? So you see where I just underlined. Can we see that? Where I just highlighted. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
All right. So if you see where I highlighted, as long as the project you are building, you definitely want to continue building it, right? And then it's a project that can generate money, right? Like you want to use it as a business. Let's say you're creating a particular commerce website or something, and then you have a product you're selling, maybe for someone or something. If it meets the requirements, it could be accepted. Or you are building an AI service or maybe a to-do list or something that maybe will have some subscription for people to make use of it. That is also for profit, right? So based on all these requirements, right? You are building a software-based product or service, privately held and for profit. You have not received Series D or later funding, and have not previously received more than $10,000 in Azure credits, then you are eligible for this. So let's go back to the top. But before we go on, let me just take a look at these startups that some huge startups that have leveraged, the Microsoft Startup Founders Hub, right? So you have Pinecone. I believe many of us that maybe are into LLMs might have heard of Pinecone. Is a vector database, or let me not even say vector database, a database service, right? Much popular for vector databases where you combine them with LLMs when you're working with RAG solutions and the rest. You have Perplexity, you have WMB, Silverfort, and the rest of them here, right? So let's go back to the top. So the Microsoft for Startups Founders Hub provides free access to leading AI models through Azure, as we can see here, including OpenAI GPT-4. So you have access to Azure OpenAI services. So Azure OpenAI services are like Azure services, right? But with our OpenAI services, but hosted on Azure. Let me just take you through the Azure AI Studio, right? Just really brief, so that you can know if this interests you, then you know that you find a way to pitch to whatever organizations that you want to be working with. So these are some of the services, AI services in Azure. You have the speech service where you can do text and translation, transcription. You have the language and translator service where you can do translation to, I think, over 50 languages. Translator service has support for Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. Part of the events that we're going to plan to host is we'll let you know, but that's just basically the idea. where you can host. You can also try to do something like that too. You host an upskilling event on a particular Azure AI service, and then you like bring those people that maybe are doing working on something similar to those projects or startups that are building something around that. Let them know how they can leverage the service, right? Let them know how they can leverage the service during your event, and they like find interest, and then maybe move on to apply for startups founders hub so they can get Azure credits and do these things without spending any money using Azure AI services. You have vision for OCR, object detection, so many things, and others like that. So across the model catalog, like the AI services that you have, or AI models, LLMs that you have access to, there are so much. Honestly, there are lots that you can have access to on Azure using Azure's basically Microsoft Cloud Service. So if you are not familiar with Azure, Azure is Microsoft Cloud Service, something like Google, where you have GCP, Google Cloud Platform, or Amazon, where you have AWS, that's Amazon Web Services. So Azure is a cloud service by Microsoft, or for Microsoft, something like that. So this is taking some time to load. Let me refresh my page. Well, while that is going on, let me come back to. Let me just wait a few seconds. Well, I'll come back to. Okay, it's off. All right. I guess it's still leading up, but so moving on to explain what the Startup Founders Hub is, right? I mean, in summary, this is what you have access to. Why do you want to join? You have access to cutting-edge AI tools. You have access to free Azure credits, right? Up to $150,000. That's the highest tier, right? You have access to real people that can support you, have engagement, advice, and the rest of them. Free software and development tools, everything under Microsoft and the rest of it. These are the criteria that we have here. And then we have some other details where you have the different levels that you can attain. And the requirements, from what I've seen, they are not so strict. From what I've seen, of course, by the time you start the application process, there might be some other things you will be required. So the application process will use LinkedIn. So definitely your project or whatever it is has to have a LinkedIn profile, and that's what you're going to use to apply. So you see, for level 1, where you get access to $1,000 in Azure credits, your LinkedIn profile is updated and verified. That's for your organization or your project or your startup, and then you clearly describe your startup software solution. So these are just like the major things that you need, to get access to level 1. And then as you move on, these are the different requirements like that to get access to more Azure credits and funds to build your startups. So let me quickly load up the model catalog like I was trying to say. You have access to so many LLMs. I mean, and the beautiful thing about Azure AI Studio now is that you can even connect to external databases. So let's say you've been even working already with, let's say Amazon S3 buckets. With Azure AI Studio, you can connect to whatever external data set storage you're already using within your application. So you don't really need to start migrating from scratch and all that. So these are some of the things that you want to gain knowledge of and know. So by the time you're telling maybe a person that is building a project close to that, or you're talking to a startup that's already building something, right, to have something in the works, you can let them know about all these things and then get them interested in joining the Startup Founders Hub. And then by the time you have 15 successful accepted applications from those people you referred, that's within the review phase of, between now and sort of like October, right? 3 month phase, you become another ambassador accepted. So these are so many other AI models you get access to. GPT-4, that's Omni, GPT-4 itself, Whisper, which is a transcription service, like OpenAI's voice AI model, so many things. Phi 3, which is an open source LLM by Microsoft, Llama 2 by Meta, so many things, Mistral, AI, LLMs, everything that you could think of as regards maybe large language models or translation or speech services that state of the art AI models, you could have access to them here. As long as well as other AI services like the speech service I mentioned, the transcription service, the vision service for OCR, object detection, whatever AI solution you want to build. And beyond that, beyond AI, you have other things within Azure that you can do. You have the web service where you can deploy, your your website or whatever you're doing, you have uh, the blob storage, whatever storage, like I said, whatever you think cloud cloud service provides. That if you're familiar, maybe you're more familiar with AWS and GCP, you can do that with Azure. As an ambassador, I get $150 monthly so that you can see what I have here. But the Stardust Founders Hub, you get much more than that to like build whatever solution on the page. So you can see so many here, compute, GPUs, whatever you need access to, you can get them on Azure beyond the AI services too. So this is in summary what the startup advocates program path would get you involved with, right? So if you're interested and you think that this you have, a strength for this, and you can maybe get up to 15 accepted applications from the people that you tell about it, along with the strategies and support we're going to give you, then you might want to pick this path too. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And then I hope so far we've been successfully able to explain all the different program parts and help you to understand what is required. And if you feel you are up for any of them and then you follow through, pick one and then you follow through with that while we guide you through your application phase. So if you have any questions, please let me know for the Startup Advocates part. If you still have questions for Honor, please ask them on the chat. Right, she's still on the call, so she would respond. And then just after this, while I'll check if anyone has a question now. Just after this, we'll be walking through the application process. Remember, this is recorded, so you can always go back. And then, yeah, if you have any questions, you can always ask on the group too. So this is a 2-month long mentorship program. It's not one day and that's all. If you have questions, you have any issues, let us know. And then we'll start going into a different program parts to have more tailor specific mentorship for the different parts we want to follow. So if you have any questions for me on the Startup Advocates path, please you can raise your hand and then I'll try to answer that before Miriam and then myself walk you through how you can follow through on your application. Temilade, yep. Temilade, you can go ahead to ask a question, or is your hand raised up by accident?
Oh, sorry. I wanted to ask a general question for, but since you said concerning startup advocates, so that was why I dropped my. I didn't know that it's still showing. So I actually want to ask a general question, but I don't know if I should go ahead with that. Should I? Hello.
You can hang on a bit. All right. If there are no questions on the Startup Advocates part, then we'll be ready to answer your question. I just want to, because of time, I don't want us to drag too long. But if you well, so far it seems like there are no questions, so I think that's fine. So you can go ahead to ask your question. Yeah, there are no questions for the Startup Advocates part, so you can go ahead to ask your questions.
All right.
And before you go on, I just wanted to mention that you have by at the end of this call, right? You want to make sure that you request. So you have to request access to the different groups, right? I'm going to remove some of you that already at church.
All right. So can I go ahead, please? If you can hear me, please let me know. Maybe I should.
Click
All
all
right.
enter the click request for all the groups. You might be rejected for all of them, so that we can know who is interested in what part of it. So after this call, check the groups in the community, the 3 parts, click the one that you want to be part of and request to join the group. So yeah, sorry. Okay. Timlade, please ask your question, and just after Timlade, Shaki would ask.
All right. So thank you very much. I actually want to ask 2 things. The first thing, I think the first presenter, the first speaker, talked about the fact that they, after completing a particular module for those that are going into the community builders part, that there is no voucher again that's been removed, which is actually true. But he made mention of the fact that giving out stickers. So my question is around that. How can we access these stickers? I don't know if you get my point. Like, or is it a virtual sticker or a physical sticker? So I really want to know that. So that's my first question about things that we can actually propose to give whoever we are trying to kind of, let me use the word, move to come take our modules that we've created. So I want to know if it's a virtual sticker or a physical sticker. If the physical sticker, how can we have access to it? So that's the first question. The second question is the general thing. Looking from your own end and also based on your knowledge and yeah, let me say that your knowledge about Microsoft and this whole stuff, which one will you personally suggest? Let's take interest, like let us put interest aside now. So which of the three learning paths will you suggest for like we that we are in this mentorship program so that we won't stress ourselves. I don't know if you getting me. We won't stress ourselves, and at the end of the day, we'll get frustrated maybe because we are unable to meet up with our stuff. Which one will you suggest? Looking at it yourself, like, oh, this one will be better because if we should put a strategy to it, you'll be able to quickly get this number of, or you'll be able to get the requirement. I get my point. So, which one will you suggest personally? So, those are my two questions. Thank you very much.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Dimladi. I'll answer your first question first. So, for the stickers, I believe we are different locations and we have different ambassadors physically around us, right? And some of these ambassadors have stickers. Like once you advance to beta, you get a swag box like have stickers and other things. So for those that you like, for example, University of Lagos, you can always reach out to me. I can provide stickers. If you have maybe part of people that are attending, right? You know them physically, you can just easily reach out to them and give them the stickers. So they are physical stickers, right? That you can use, maybe put on your laptops or your environment or things like that, right? So you can reach out to any of the ambassadors, like the mentors, and we'll see how we can maybe get the stickers across to you. And then there are other incentives too, right? So like Honor Jesus already mentioned, LinkedIn Premium vouchers and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, different things like that that we might be able to get access to for you that you can provide for your attendees for your maybe events or for your cloud skills challenge or whoever you want to share those incentives with. Sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, I can. I can.
All right. Yeah. So that's it for the stickers. And then for the path, it still actually boils down to interest and then your strength. Some people are very familiar already, maybe with AI services or Azure, and maybe they feel that, okay, I might not be so good at creating content or structuring content and posting, showing up every day to post online, or looking for maybe videos that I can attach and then add a link on that, like, okay, to learn more, do this. Maybe you don't have the zeal for it. Even if it's the easier part, you will still find it difficult because you just don't know how to walk around it. Except maybe someone is feeding you, okay, do this, then you post. No one can entirely feed you. They can only support you with ideas, and then you bring those ideas to reality. Or maybe they give you a phrase or a catch line, or a catchword or something, and then you refine that and do your own thing. You get, no one can spoon feed you entirely. I hope you get what I'm saying. So that's just one thing. So it still boils down to your strengths, what you can, what you feel you are strong with. For the community builder part, maybe you're good at hosting events or something, like talking, like teaching people. That's perfect for you. Just follow that. So you just need to be able to identify what works for you. So one of the strategies is, for example, let's say for the startup advocates now, I'll just mention this, right? For the startup advocate, maybe you want to share a particular resource on AI services or maybe the status founders hub. We can pair a startup advocate person with a community influencer. In what way? The community influencer needs unique visitors, right? And then the startup advocate is also trying to like get people. So the community influencer will share the content, right, for the startup advocates and attach his own ID and share, right, to people around. Okay, you can get started with the Startup Founders Hub and everything. And then, of course, those people that click the link and maybe read through, they will count for the community influencer part. And from those that click the link and maybe, are interested, okay, how can I sign up for my project and everything? You now refer those people to the startups advocate person that you are being paired with. I don't know if that makes sense. So that person gets the people that are interested in joining the Startup Founders Hub, right? And you get the number of people that have clicked it. So in that way, you have both benefited each other. That's one strategy. Similar thing too for the community builder. You're helping them to maybe sort of like share their cloud skills challenge. Community influencer can use his own link, like maybe attach it or something, for example. We'll try all this and see how exactly it works. Share their link. You use your link to share their cloud skills challenge, and then they get the number of people that will participate in, add them to the group and everything. But you are getting the clicks, right? I mean, the visitors to like actually like use your attached links you get. So the community influencer person that is being paired with the community builder is benefiting for those that are clicking, and the community builder is also benefiting for those that are coming to participate in the cloud skills challenge. It's a sort of symbiotic relation that I want to create where everyone can benefit from their network. You share to your network, I get the numbers, right? And you get the number of people that have clicked. Just bring me people, use your own link, you get. Or I give you people, I'm also going to share your own link to my own network and different things like that. You get me? So that's the rough idea of how everything is going to work. So I can't really say, okay, this is what I can recommend. For me, personally, I think I'm comfortable with everything because I've been an ambassador for a while and I've grown, I've become better, I've grown my network, I'm good at speaking maybe to an extent, I like teaching people, and I'm very familiar with Azure services, so I can talk to people about it and get them interested in the startups founders hub or something, you know. But I can't be so definitely sure about another person. So if I say follow the community influencer path and then you don't really find turning up daily and posting online interesting, then definitely will not work for you. You get. So that's just what I can say. So it's just about knowing what works for you and then following that. You might want to say, so like I said, with the strategies we have, we want to make it seamless for everybody where you can benefit from each other. So you're not left alone basically. So forget about you starting one part and then you see that it's very hard or something. We're ready to support you, but you first need to identify which one of them are you sure you can put in your best. If you are sure you can put in your best into this one, then we're going to support you all the way as much as possible to get the numbers to become our ambassador. I hope I've been able to answer your question, Demilade.
Thank you very much for that. That's okay.
All right. I'm no longer hearing you, but I heard the first part. Thank you. Also, um, Sheki, you can go ahead now before Deborah. So, I think we'll just take Sheki's question. Deborah, please ask on the group chats. Sorry, I mean on the chats here, so that we can quickly walk you through the application process. Wanted this call to be about 1 hour, so I wouldn't want it to drag beyond 1 hour 30 minutes. So in the next 15 minutes, we'll walk you through how you go about the application process. Mira, probably want to get prepared and share your screen while I answer Sheki's question.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Please, my question is that all these challenges, is it that is when we achieve it that Microsoft will accept to give us to allow us become ambassadors, or it is after we are accepted that we are going to go through
Did
all
you say
these
did you
challenges
stop at
that we
accept
are
to
meant?
you?
Ma? Sir?
Yeah, you can go on. You can go on now. I'm hearing you now.
Okay, I'm asking that all the challenges that we have listed, like community builder, community influencer, and startup advocate, is it that we are going to do it before actually even applying to become an MLSA, or is when we apply, then we are going to do the challenges. Then if we complete it, we now get accepted to become like an MLSA. I don't understand like
Yes,
the sequence of
exactly. What
things
you said is
apply.
what is happening. So you apply, you get the Discord link and everything, and then when you complete, your technical onboarding within the application phase, and then you selected the program path and you complete all these numbers. Let's say you selected the community influencer path. By the time you reach the 250 numbers, and then they do their review in October, right? You are now accepted to become ambassador. Or let's say you selected the startup advocate path or the community builder path, whatever it is, as long as you read the numbers, by the time they review, right, you become an ambassador. You're accepted to become an ambassador, and then you're like fully onboarded as a Microsoft Launching ambassador. So yes. All right. Thank you. Miriam, you can share your screen now. Thank you.
Hello, Samuel. I can't share my screen because it says I have to be an organizer or presenter to share my screen.
Oh, let me quickly change that setting now. Give me a second.
I think there's some questions in the chat. Don't know if you can answer all.
Okay. Miriam.
So what are the
Okay.
technical trainings that we completed before consider as community builder, and where to obtain the community contributor ID? I think we've answered that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we
so
have. So basically, yeah, sorry, oh no, I cut you short. So when you apply, which is what the process I want to walk you through now, and you get the Discord link invite and everything, you get the link, right? The whatever, by the time you select a program part, everything I shared this at the beginning. Let me just quickly share that now again. You see there is a timeline. So first you read, oh, I've stopped sharing my screen. Let me quickly share my screen again. Sorry. I believe you can all see my screen now, right? Please, can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, I can see.
All right, thank you. So you can see the timelines here. His first one is to register to become an ambassador on the studentambassadors.com website, right? Which we're going to do now. Then after that, you're going to get an invite to Discord, and then from Discord, every other thing follows, where you get to see receive your contributor ID email 3 to 5 days after program registration. You see it, you have seen it in the 7th phase, right? So all this will come after, right? So basically, that's why I was trying to explain that the mentorship program is to guide you. We're not the one giving the contributor ID. Microsoft is going to give you themselves. The MLSA system is going to give you themselves. Well, as you're getting those things and all the other things that they're asking you for to do, we're here to guide you through that so that you can meet up the numbers. So like I said at the beginning, the application phase is new, right? And to an extent, I would say it's a bit more difficult than what it used to be, right? So even before that, we've had the mentorship program, but we want to guide you to make sure that you're able to reach these numbers. We share some strategies today. I think we've been following through all that. Those are the things that we're going to implement so that it can be easier for each one of us as dedicated people that we're going to be to get these numbers and qualify to become ambassador. So the application phase is more of like a qualification phase. If you meet these numbers, you become an MLSA. So we're here to help you meet these numbers. Whatever questions or whatever issues you're going to have, we're ready to help you through too. So that's just it. I hope that answers the question in the chat. Let me check for the other ones that might be there. I'm not getting any response. I want to ask, I've gotten, okay, the person is saying that they've gotten their contributor ID. Why can't I scroll up to this message? I want to ask, sorry, I've got my contributor, but I'm finding it difficult to navigate through the ambassador frequent. Okay, all this will be answered in the group. This is the full mentorship program. So when you have general questions like this, please ask them on the support group. And then if you have questions pertaining to just your track, then ask them on the track that you've joined. So please ask this question again. Like I said, this is just an onboarding call. It doesn't end here. Please ask all these program specific questions on the group. We cannot answer everything on the call. I hope that satisfies you, Deborah. What are the technical training that must be completed before consider all that will be passed across to you, or Abubakar. By the time you join Discord, everything will be passed across to you. You don't just take it easy. You get all that information after the application. I would not respond to any question right about now because we want to finish up. If your question is not answered, please ask on the group. Miriam, I've changed the access, so I think you can share your screen now.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Thank you very much, Anna, for bringing that to my attention. Please don't be offended. We don't want to take this call to be too long. It's over an hour already. I'm pretty sure a lot of us want to get up to other things too. So, yeah, let's just follow through. So,
okay.
Miriam,
can you guys see my screen?
Yeah. Yes, I can see your screen. You can go ahead.
Okay. So, this is my student account. So, I'll be signing in to my Microsoft profile.
Wait, can you go back to the link that you clicked first? That's the studentsambassador.com website, so that everyone can follow through from scratch.
Sorry,
like,
what
what
did you
you click before this? Can you go back to the link you clicked before this, so they can all see where you are before you go to that sign-in page?
Okay. I just honestly searched for.
Yeah, I can only see your. I can't see your browser. What link you're on? I can only see this, like, the part. Can you share your full screen instead so everyone knows? Okay, this is where you click next. This is the website you are on. Sorry. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes. Yes.
Hello? Okay, perfect. I'm coming, please. Let me reload this. So I just went to Microsoft.
You can type in studentambassador.com. Oh, okay, you're searching Google. That's very fine.
Yes. So let's see.
So yeah.
Exactly. So get started. So now I have to click an account. Yes. So okay. Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah, so just before you go on, you
Okay.
will notice you could use that student account, right? So while going through the application phase, it's recommended that you use your student account, like your school verified email. It's going to be a Microsoft account. Like if your school uses a Microsoft account, right, you can easily use that, or you might have to create a Microsoft account and then follow through with the application. So, but recommended, just use a student's Microsoft account. That's if that way your school has provided for you, then you can go ahead to use that. Yeah, thank you. So you can go ahead, Miriam.
Okay. So you read through their privacy terms, conditions, then you agree. Okay, I did that already. So next page. The personal information, then online network. You have to share your LinkedIn profile also. or any then your academic institution. Okay, yes. So once you've completed all the information, you can just easily submit your application.
So that was quick and easy. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Oh, are you still going on? Sorry, it seemed like you went off for a bit.
oh no, I'm not. That's all.
Okay, okay, yes. Thank you very much for sharing that, Miriam. So that's just the process, right? You visit the link and everything will be shared on the group after the call. So um, there is no we don't need to really drag on this. So that's the full application process. It's just straightforward. And once you apply, after probably immediately or after some seconds or some minutes or maybe a few days, a Discord invite will be sent to you. Right, just I already shared. Let me quickly share the document in the chat and we will share on the group again. Yeah, on like the steps, right, to become the faces basically. It seems like I'm not able to attach a file here. Right. So but that's all right. I'll share that on the group. So yes, I think Daniel has a question. So after Daniel's question, we're gonna end the call, and then any other question you might have, we'll carry them onto the group chat. Thank you everyone for joining. Daniel.
I just checked. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So I just checked my Microsoft account and I saw registration status. It says congrats on registering. Join the developer community Discord. But I don't know whether it's and it's still showing under review like student ambassadors. I just wanted to know where I'll join the community Discord on my page.
Have they sent you the link? Have you submitted your application?
Yes.
And they've sent you the Discord link.
No, I haven't gotten the Discord link yet.
Okay, you should just wait a few. When did you do the application? Today?
May 19, 2024.
May 19. Then you should have gotten the Discord link by now. Have you checked your mail again to see maybe you are missing some parts?
I'm going through my mail now. I just got the only thing I just got a mail saying we are thrilled to inform you that you've been accepted into and says join our WhatsApp group following this mentorship program support group. There's no Discord link.
That's the mentorship program. That's not the MLSA application. So I think you're mixing it up now. The mentorship program is not MLSA. We try to clarify that. The mentorship program is to guide you through the application to the MLSA. So you have to do this application yourself now. What we just walk through, you're going to do that to properly apply to become a microfinance student ambassador.
Okay. But currently it shows here that my registration is under review. So because I think I've applied before.
What link are you visiting?
The mvp.microsoft.com/en-us/accounts.
Okay, please let's continue this conversation on the group chat.
Okay.
To be easier to address from there. Thank you very much.
Yes. How will I find you on the group chat? Oh. Okay.
What? You have not joined the group chat?
I'm on the group chat. Like, Samuel Bangbola. Okay, no problem.
No, you don't need to message me. Just drop it on the group chat.
I'll
you
do
don't need
that.
to message me privately. So you can benefit. So if the question is going to benefit others, they can always easily just go back to it and check. So just drop on the group. I'll respond on the group.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. So Anila was just saying that the Discord link was more of a button to click for him. So I think him or her, I'm really not sure. I apologize if I'm mixing up that. But that will be it from us. Thank you, Honor. Thank you, Akinola. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you, Nehemiah. And then thank you, everyone, that have tuned in. If you have any more questions, please do well to drop on the group. We apologize that it took this long, about 1 hour 30 minutes. The plan was just for an hour. So, but remember that this is a 2 month long mentorship program. It's not, we're not leaving you behind. It's not a one-off thing. And please, the first line of action now after this call is to, decide what program path you want to follow, and then go to the different groups and click the one you want to join, request access, and then that will be granted. Please make sure to click one. You cannot join multiple parts at a time. You have to click one and then you follow that one. So make your decision, request for one, and then you get accepted, and then we start fully. Thank you very much, everyone. Your night or day. Bye.